Hey there guys, Clear here with another transgender vlog. I got a few things I want to talk about today. First of all, May the 4th be with you. God, you sound like such a loser. The crazy lisp. You know, he's got the 4th and all. I'm just kidding, lisps are adorable. I have finally seen Star Wars after who knows how long and avoiding so many spoilers. Definitely a good movie. J.J. Abrams knew what he was doing with it. I cannot wait to see the next one. Go away, phone. Speaking of, on my phone, I have a important piece of information. The U.S. Justice Department says HB2 violates the Federal Civil Rights Act. So that bathroom bill that prevents transgender people from using the bathroom that they feel most comfortable in, yeah, it turns out it's actually against civil rights. Who'd have thunk? You know, it's one of those things. It's like, come on, seriously? And they thought this was gonna last? What kind... When someone actively threatens someone else's right to use the bathroom that they feel most comfortable using, you know, let me put it this way. How would you enforce this? How do you enforce something like that? Do you set up like a stall, or like an archway like at the airport at every bathroom, and they scan you and determine like, oh no, you were born as a dude, so you can't go to this bathroom, when you've already fully transitioned and, you know, you've got like C-cup tits and no cock, you know. Pardon my French, but I just get a little ragey sometimes. But no, if you have all the female attributes, you know, couldn't you just get away with looking effeminate enough to go into the women's restroom anyway? I mean, I've actually, even like before I came out as trans, back before I even knew what transgender really was, and I was just like, you know, a gay guy. Nothing against that, by the way. Just, I didn't know what transgender was. But anyway, I digress. Even back when I was just gay, I was, confused for a girl all the time. I remember specifically one time I was with my one of my good friends, Chris, back in Conway, and we went to this Waffle House, and the waitress at the door held it open for us, and, you know, we went inside, and I said, thank you, and she says, oh, you're very, or it's like, you're welcome, ma'am, yeah, it's you're welcome, ma'am. And then later on, as we're sitting down, she comes back up to me and she's like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize you were a guy, I'm sorry, you're just so pretty. And I'm like, that's okay, actually. Actually, I think that may have been the whole start of my transgender thing. the one encounter with a waitress. But no, I've been thinking about this whole thing for a while. The transgender thing, at least. Speaking of which, my parents, or at least my mother, finally found out about it. Not in the way that I anticipated. My brother was scrolling through Facebook, and they caught a glimpse of my name changed on Facebook, because I changed it on there from Eric to Claire. And she texted me that night, and she's like, what's with all this Claire stuff on Facebook? And I'm like, here we go. Because as much as I love my mother, I knew she would probably be against it in the first place, which is why I was actually so tentative to tell her. And she took it a little bit better than I thought, but I understand that she's still got a lot to work through with it, because she gave birth to a male, she raised a boy, and now she has a daughter along with a son, because, you know, my brother's still a thing. But no, hang on, let me check my recording here. Okay, I was just double checking my recording because I've had some recording issues today. But No, I think she's taking it pretty well. She needs a little bit of time to work through it. I tried explaining it the best that I could to without making it confusing, and that extent is to which it makes me feel happier and it makes me feel like I am who I'm supposed to be, which I understand that she doesn't necessarily get, but that's just me. Um, on a happier note, I'm going to be starting expanding my wardrobe for the summer. I plan on first obtaining a bikini of some kind, preferably decently cheap because we're still a little on the ropes right now. Um, I hope I can get this job soon, whatever job calls me back first, and actually offers me work, because, 6 years retail doesn't get you much anywhere, surprisingly. But, yeah, I'll definitely be expanding my wardrobe. You'll see a bit more than just pajama shirts, which is what I've been wearing when I record these. Gotta be comfortable and all that. I do have a friend, or a friend of mine and Brandon's, my fiance. A friend of ours will be moving down out of Michigan sometime soon, and she will be just up the road from us. And she's definitely all for the whole transgender thing. Like, a lot of our friends are really, really supportive of it, and I'm really glad to have a lot of them this close by. But it's really nice to see so much support. Like, even from people I didn't expect it. My high school English teacher messaged me after I put my first video out, and she was all for, well, not all for it, but she definitely supported it. And she didn't really question why, which I guess is good. But yeah, she was like, I support you, and I respect your bravery for coming out, I think is how she worded it. But it's really nice to have all this support, and if anyone else out there is still dealing with this or coping with this, there is support somewhere. Someone somewhere will not put you aside or put you down or tell you that it's wrong to come out. Someone somewhere will appreciate your bravery. And, there's the whole thing with Caitlyn Jenner that came out, and, she's good and all, but I feel like the fame of it is going to her head more than the transgender aspect. It's, hey, look, I'm a famous person that's now transgender, instead of, hey, I'm transgender and happen to be famous. I feel like she could be using her, I guess, power a bit more wisely, but that's another story for another day. If anyone has any ideas of anything I could talk about next time, give me a shout out in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Outside of that, I got nothing else to say for today. This has been Claire with Transgender Vlogs from Charlotte, signing off.